Hello students, in the previous lectures we have studied FAP, Fixed Action Pattern, and we also studied that the fixed action pattern is basically instinct, and during the lifetime organism undergoes learning and also and that behavior also becomes instinctive later. So there is a basic difference between the instinctive and learned behavior. So today we will see the difference between instinctive and learned behavior. See, instinctive behavior evolved gradually as the structural features and natural selection modifies it to fit in the environment in the best way. It is a form of a kind of species memory passed on to offspring. That is, it is controlled genetically. Alternatively, an animal may not have inherited responsiveness with regards to a new situation, but have the ability to modify its behavior in the light of experience. It learns which responses give the best results and changes its behavior accordingly. It is not passed on to the next generation. This is known as learned behavior. Instinct and learning both ensure adaptive behavior. The former, that is, the instinctive behavior, ensure adaptive behavior by selection operating during the history of species. That is, it favors the natural selection. The latter, that is, the learned behavior, ensures adaptive behavior during the history of an individual. So, see, instinct, history of species, learned behavior, history of the specific individual. Instinctive behavior equips an animal with a series of adaptive responses which appear ready-made at their first performance. This is clearly advantageous for animals which have a very short lifespan and to those animals which have little or no parental care. See, no parental care. Some individuals, they do not even see their parents, but still they perform the same behavior which their parents have performed. Such instinctive behavior, first example we will see is of the female digger wasp. The female digger wasp. The female digger wasp emerges from an underground nest in the spring. See, the parents have already died. The eggs were given in an underground nest. So the new progeny, the female digger wasp, emerges from the underground nest in the spring. Now she has to mate with the male wasp and then perform whole series of complex pattern connected with the digging out of a nest hole. Then, after digging out the nest hole, she has to construct the cells within it. Then she had to hunt and kill prey to keep as a food source in the nest hole. And finally, laying eggs and sealing up the cell. See, all these actions are performed by the female digger wasp, and without ever seeing this series of actions. All this must be completed within a few weeks, after which the wasp dies. It is quite inconceivable that she could achieve this tight schedule if she had to learn everything from scratch by watching conspecifics doing it. So this is an example of female digger wasp. Now, see on the right side, in contrast to the digger wasp situation is that of a wolf cub. It is protected and fed by its group member until it can move around on its own. It is slowly taught to eat solid food. It has constant opportunity to watch and learn from its parents and other group members. So, when we see a wolf cub, the wolf cub after birth undergoes parental care. The digger wasp, on the other hand, does not even have parents, so no parental care. But the female digger wasp performs the series of action, and here the wolf cub is taught how to eat solid food by its group members. So, when it is taught to eat solid food, it is learning a behavior. So the digger wasp relies on the preset instinctive behavior, and the wolf has to learn. This represents extremes on the behavioral scale. When we compare both the behavior, what do we see? The wolf possesses many behavioral patterns that are instinctive. Example, running, growling, and mating. But to eat solid food, it has to learn the behavior from the parents. On the other hand, digger wasp must also learn many other things during its brief life. Example, exact locality of the nest so that it can return after its trip. So we see that instincts can be divided into three levels: major instinct, lower level of instincts, and third is the consummatory acts, final acts, the consummatory acts. So the expression of the instinctive behavior is linked to the development of animals' nervous and muscular system. Now we will see this example, the female digger wasp. Female digger wasp, I'll just share the screen. See this video. This video is from YouTube, and I thank Adrian Thais. Now, if you see another video of wolf. If you see the cub, so we saw both the female digger wasp. She performed a specific set of actions even without having any previous experience. But we also saw the example of wolf cub, where the mother is present for the parental care. Now, coming again back to the expression of the instinctive behavior. See, expression of the instinctive behavior is linked to the development of animal nervous and muscular system. How? See, first example is a young bird. When a young bird is present in nest, we have seen many times, if you observe the nest, the young birds will be flapping their wings. They are not flying, but they are flapping their wings while still in the nest. And it is commonly supposed that they are practicing flying. That is, the nervous and the muscular connections are being building up. So the wings, the birds, young ones, flap the wings. Next example, see, we all human beings, when we are trying to walk, when the young ones are trying to walk, the human parents support the young babies on their legs and encourage them to practice walking. So the nervous and the muscular system development is very important for instinctive behavior. This indicates that for certain fixed action pattern, it is the maturation of the central nervous system and its coordination with the muscular system development that matters. Eventually, the bird will fly and the human baby will walk to learn, but only after CNS maturation and proper muscle development activities that are essential for execution of instinctive behavior. The conclusion is that instinctive behavior is fed in the genes during the development of nervous system. The instincts are perfected, polished for final adjustment by learning. For a proper performance of instinctive behavior, proper maturation of nerves, endocrine glands, and muscles is necessary. Thank you.